Hello, welcome to scr1tno Knitting Project podcast. My name is Sharon and I'm coming to you from Surrey in the UK, where I live with my family, 3 cats and a dog. Today is Thursday the 6th of May 2021 and this is episode 93. Apologies, I got the episode number wrong last week. So 92 was the bad episode for more than one reason. YouTube hijacked my video and then wouldn't let me have it back, so I had to re-upload it, and then it wouldn't re-upload it, and nightmare. But it is up now finally, just in time for me to record this one and upload this one. So welcome if you're a new viewer, welcome back if you're a returning viewer. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is my podcast all about my knitting, and I think it is mainly knitting today. There's like one crochet project, which is my square a day. And I haven't had a chance to do any other forms of craft this week. Haven't even had a chance to update my journal. It's been that busy, but that's because it's been Ian's birthday and we've been out and about a lot. So there's a lot of knitting done, which is good. So let's go straight into the first section, which is admin. So first up is admin, and I'm going to start with what I'm wearing. This is my Elderflower Stitches faded jumper from her advent from last year. This is a DK raglan sweater done in 20 gram minis, and I love it, absolutely love it. We have 2 knit alongs going on. We have the square a day KAL. The next check-in is at the end of June, and we have, drum roll, exciting, we've got the winners for the April Stripy sock KAL to announce today, so we'll do that in a moment. May's May entries are a Lonely Sock Lady, Zauberball and Strawberry Fields, because we're all knitting our May socks. It's May socks. Right, shall we do the winners? Shall we find out who's won? So we've got 71 entries on Ravelry. I have got 7 entries on Instagram, and the first entry is mine, so I'm going to call it between 2 and 78. So for the first winner, who wins this lovely mystery project bag from the lovely Stitch by Mrs. D. Thank you so much, Paula. And a copy of the Stripe Party Socks by Becki Norman, which Becki will send direct to you, so I shall let her know that you've won. So shall we ask our trusty friend? Alexa, pick a number between 2 and 78.
Your random number between 2 and 78 is 6.
It's a high one. Okay, so that's going to be on the first page, isn't it? Page 1, who is number 6? Oh, Lindashields. It's you. So Lindashields. Shall we see where you're from, Linda? Columbia, California. Okay, Linda, can you get in touch with me, please? And I will get that package off to you, and I'll get that pattern across to you. And the next prize I have donated myself, and that is lovely Giddy Yarns, because it was Giddy Yarns' make, who was the dyer for April, and this is from one of her clubs, which is the chocolate orange cupcake. This is really pretty. I was a bit of a wrench to part with this one, but I thought it'd be really nice to donate that as a prize. So let's do this again, shall we? Alexa, pick a number between 2 and 78.
Your random number between 2 and 78 is 72.
Oh wow, she went both ends of the spectrum there, didn't she? Okay, so 71 is the last one on here, so 72 is Mrs. Craft Corner on Instagram. So Mrs. Craft Corner on Instagram, if you would like to get in touch, you are the winner of this lovely Giddy Yarn sock set. Brilliant. Okay, so winners, get in touch with me and I will get them across to you. Please do carry on getting your entries into May. I believe the finished object open thread is open. Thank you to my lovely moderator Ali. Yeah, I think that's it for admin. Should we go into actually looking at some knitting? So day one is socks, and this week I have been working on my Rainbow Chronicle socks for May, which is hanging out in my this lovely bag that my friend Kelly made for me. And in here I have got my sock. So I'm using, sorry there's a missing crinkling, the 10 by 10 gram mini sets that Kelly's doing. Get that out there. So this is the May palette pack, which is sort of all greens, and one of them was quite a bright green for Kelly, I have to admit. I was quite shocked with that one, but I went with it. I've done a 2x2 twisted rib, but by the twist I've done, so you've got the kind of this really pretty almost zigzag effect. I did one round plain normal rib and one round twisted rib, and that's what got that. And then I am just slowly working my way down the sock. It's a plain vanilla sock. I am helical knitting in my next minis, which I'm really enjoying doing. I'm enjoying the helical knitting, and I have just gone all the way down, and I've turned the heel. I'm doing, or at least the idea is that I'm doing a garter ridge heel, but I've forgotten the second sock of the ones I did last time, so who knows. I have done a garter ridge heel on this one. So yeah, so it's quite a bit of progress actually in a week, to be fair. And I'm enjoying knitting them, but yeah, I need to get on with these. So that's my sock knitting this week. I knit my socks on 2 circulars, and these are 2.5mm licky needles, and it's a 60 stitch count because I've only got small feet. Well, I've got size 5 feet, but they're not particularly wide, so it doesn't take me long to make socks. And yeah, so that's the mini I'm using at the moment, and I'm going to cut that one off now and then use a different mini for the foot and the toes. I might try and match the toes with that one, but I haven't quite decided yet. Watch this space and see what I do next week. So I haven't had any chance to work on my Giddy Yarn my Giddy Yarn socks, because I suddenly remembered I needed to get these done. So they've been put to one side. Or I have a feeling I may not get to knitting my lone socks until near the end of the month. At some point I'm going to fall very behind with my own KAL, aren't I? Well, the thing was, when I came up with the idea of the stripy KAL, I didn't take into the fact that I was going to be knitting Kelly socks as well. So if I only knitted socks in a month, I'd be fine. I'd get it all done, but never mind. So that's my day one socks. Day two is shawl day, and that is hanging out in my hoggy bag by Busy Pottering. And in here I have got the Maytham shawl, which is a pattern from Helen Stewart, and I am using Hedgerow yarns in Pampas, which is the sort of undyed, and this is a merino silk, so it's 80% merino, 20% silk, as is this, and this is Enchanted Garden. And that's a needle cozy from Craft House Magic. Right, see if I can find my stitch marker. So I was where did I decide that was? It's an ice cream sundae. So I was there, and I have gone all the way through there. So I've now finished this lace section. That lace section is done. So I'm into a plain section before I go back and change into the main colour again. So I'm really pleased how this is working out. I love the two colours together. I'm enjoying the progress I'm making on it, but I know when I've finished this undyed section, I get another increase, which is the final increase, but then you're into the realms of 500 stitches, which is great. But the rows will take a lot longer, so I'll get a lot less progress done. But then I will at least be at that point I will be at the same stage as I was with my other Maytham when I picked it back up again recently. And it didn't take me that long to get it finished, did it? So hopefully I'll get to work on this. However, I am going off project, and should I put that in life stuff, or should I put that? I'm going to put that here just in case I forget about it in life stuff, because I keep doing that and then going, oh, I meant to tell you that and forgot. I am going off project from this week because I'm going to be monogamously knitting on a sample for Laura of the Lonely Knitter for her Bumbling Yarns range. So I'm going to either be knitting that or my May socks so that I can get them both done in time. There is a deadline for the shawl. I'm not sure whether Laura's announced it or not yet, so I'm not going to preempt her, but I need to get it done by sort of in the next couple of weeks. So I will be going off project. So next week I will have a podcast. It just won't necessarily be an on-project podcast. There'll be a few bits to show you because I'm not picking up the yarn for the sample till Friday. So I'll at least have today, which is Mystery Blanket Day. And whatever I take with me on Friday to knit. So what would that be? It'll be a blanket, won't it? So it's the Stitch in Time blanket this week, theoretically, unless I decide to take my EDT with me, which is a distinct possibility. Right, anyway, that's day 2, shawl day. So day 3 is garment day, and that's hanging out in my Flower Fairy bag from Donna's Designs. And this is the EDT by Isabel Kramer. And I'm using Lay Family yarn for it. So I'm going to whiz through this a little bit because it's pretty much the same as last week. I don't want to bore you. But I have got something exciting to show you on this. So I managed to get this to the stage where I've taken the sleeves off. So the sleeves are on cables. Well, that one is, and I've done the body, and I have finished the first yarn, which is Daddy's Girl in Lay Family yarn. This is such a pretty colourway, really is a pretty colourway, and I've got this little nugget left, which is going to start on this sleeve, and I'm going to be helical knitting this and Cornish Way, which is my next colour, together to start making the sleeves. Now I have one sleeve done. Exciting. So I helical knitted here Cornish Way and Daddy's Girl, then this is just Cornish Way, and then this at the bottom, oh, it's Mango something, isn't it? What's it called? That's Daddy's Girl. Wait for it. That's the Cornish Way. Where is the ball band of the one I actually want to look up? There it is. Mango Sunset. That's it. So this is Mango Sunset, which is this colour here. So I decided that I would like longer sleeves. So this is not the sleeve length of the ED. The ED sleeves normally finishes about there. I decided I wanted longer sleeves, and because it's a summer top, I wanted some lace. So I hunted through a pattern. It's actually a sock pattern book by Anne Budd. There's a pair of socks in there. It's got a really nice lace top to it. So I hunted that out, and I've added the lace to my sleeve. Obviously it needs blocking. It will definitely need blocking. But that's what it looks like. So it's going to have a little, if I stick it on there, it's a little bit shorter than this one. It's going to have a little lace sleeve. There we go. Yeah, it's going to have a little lace sleeve. And then this is the fade that the jumper will have. I'm confident that I'm going to have enough with those 3. If I don't, I may have to pop a little bit in between that one and that one, but I'm thinking I probably won't need to. And the idea is that I want to finish this lace around the bottom too. But yeah, I'm really liking how this is knitting up. It's very pretty, and as I said, I've joined in the round. So this bit here is attached to Cornish Way. So I started helical knitting from about there, Cornish way in with Daddy's Girl. That's it. And yeah, that's the nugget of Daddy's Girl I've got left for the other sleeve. So when I got to there, I sort of looked at it and went, okay, I need to take that off now. So I stopped helical knitting, cut off what I had left, and then split that in two for the two sleeves. So the next thing I'm going to do, now I've finished that sleeve, is I'm going to do this sleeve. I'll pick up and do this sleeve. And then once I've done that, I know all the yarn I've got left is for the body. But it does occur to me I probably don't want to be doing that in the car, so I probably won't be car knitting this. Thinking on, I probably should get those socks finished anyway. It's probably a good move. I've got the socks finished, then I can do the shawl and this. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving this. I mean, I had a dream of getting this finished by the second weekend in May, but I don't think I am. I don't think I'm going to have time, unfortunately. I might have to wear it sort of half done. But yeah, that's my my EDT, and I'm really enjoying it. Should I just turn my sound off on my computer so that doesn't happen again? There we go. Don't really want that noise. There we go. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying that, and it is literally the only thing I want to knit on. So not too sure when I'll be back on projects again, because I think once I've done the sample and my socks, I might very well try and get this finished. But we'll see. I always say that, and I'm such a squirrel. It'll be a different caster, won't it? So anyway, that's day 3, garment day. Day 4 is small items day, and that's hanging out in my Valentine's bag from Craft House Magic. And in here I have got the Varia mitts. You sick of seeing these yet? I'm sorry, I will get them done. These are the Varia mitts by Erica Huser, and I love him. And I was there last week, and I have just started the main body now. I love how this is knitting up. So that's the front where the owl is going to be, and that is the back where it's just the geometric pattern. It's so pretty. Again, I'm doing these on 2 circulars too, because that's the way I like to do these things. I'm using Hedgewig by Felt Fusion and Gear Wars by Gramer Crafting. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's not tele knitting, because you have to, every stitch is different on this side. This side you can kind of get really quickly, but that side you struggle. You have to count each and every row, each and every stitch. And that one is on my middle stitch, because it's actually it mirrors on each side from that middle stitch. So actually knowing where that middle stitch is, I know what I should be on at that point, which makes that really quite quick. Yeah, so that's, as I said, that's my progress. Not a huge amount, but also it's quite time consuming, so I'm not displeased with that. That will get there. A few rows at a time and it will get there. You just want to see the finished one, really, don't you? So that's the Varia mitts by Erica Huser. So day 5 is Mystery Blanket Day, and that's hanging out in my Bags by Awesome Granny bag. And the Mystery Blanket is a mystery blanket knit along run by Debbie Abrahams. This is the 2019 version. And I didn't knit on this at all. So you might be wondering why I'm bothering to show it to you. Well, that is because a lot of these yarns are very similar in colour, and even with having ball bands on them, they don't all have their ball bands on them, because I've used them now. And I was getting really fed up with spending more time searching for the yarn than actually knitting with it. So this week's time that I had to knit on the mystery blanket was taken up by making this. So basically it's got all the colour names and the numbers and a sample of the yarn, so that I can just grab the ball and go, because this is what's happened, but then they come off. That's right, my bag wants to fall on the floor. So now I can go, oh right, okay, I need that one, say, which is Alpaca Blue Haze. I can go, oh, is that Alpaca Blue Haze? Because I can hold them together. Well, look how similar they are. Yeah? No, actually, that one is this one down here. Would you believe? It's that one. So without a sample of it, I'd never know. It's actually Kid Classic. So yeah, this was a labour of love on Mystery Blanket Day, but worth its weight in gold, because now I can identify my yarns a lot easier. So sorry there's no actual knitting, but I thought you might enjoy my shade card. Oh dear. Now Debbie normally has one of these with it. I'm not quite sure what happened to my shade card that went with this, but it's not in there. Whether one wasn't provided this time or I decided not to do it because I'm lazy, I don't know. But I couldn't find it, and I decided, well, I probably should make one of my own. So that's my shade card. So yeah, sorry there's nothing more interesting to show you knitting wise on that, but I thought you might enjoy that too. So yeah, when knitting attacks, when you can't tell one shade from, I mean, as I said, if you saw those two together, it looks like it's the same yarn. And actually that's the one I'm using. This is what caused it, because that's the one I'm using in this next square. And I couldn't work out which one of the two it was. So I was like, right, okay, I need to make a list of what's what. So I've got to, I don't need to do that again. So that was what happened on day 5, Mystery Blanket Day. Day 6 is Blanket Day, and that my one I worked on this week is hanging out in my sheep bucket, which was also a present from my lovely friend Kelly of Lay Family Yarn. And I am knitting, oh come here, a habitation throw, which is a pattern by Helen Stewart, and I'm using all of Woolly Goodness's Colours of the Month and Scrappy Project minis for this, and it's got a lot of love. I was there, I am now there. Some of these runs now are, I'll show you my mistake, are not like some of the minis are not getting eyelets in it because it's getting so long, and these are only 5 gram minis, that some of the colours don't get eyelets now, which is kind of cool. However, yeah, that happened. I was looking at it the other day, I was like, I'm missing some holes. I obviously got distracted while I was doing my yarn over row and didn't realise that I was on the yarn over row, and I'm not pulling that lot out. So yeah, I mean, I could try and drop down and create a hole. I really don't think I can be bothered. I don't think, when this is an entire blanket, I really don't think you're going to notice. But yeah, I obviously got distracted on my yarn over rows. It's looking very pretty if I move out. That's what it's looking like. So it goes from these purples into pinks, into blues, we're going into yellows, and I think we're going back into purples again. And this is all from Jenny's Scrappy boxes. I think I've got Colour of the Month box to show you later actually in Happy Mail. Oh. This is the one I'm nearly through. What's this? February. So I've got these 3 to go in for February. That's really pretty, isn't it? Yeah, I love knitting this. I'm really enjoying working on this, and I'm not worried, I'm not hurrying through it. It's nice when it's in its rotation to pick it up and work on it. That's really nice to do. I'm using Licky needles again, or Leica needles, and these are 4.5mm, which is giving me a lovely soft squidgy gauge. Now I'm using Jenny's Stellina base on mine. I don't know whether you can see it sparkling. It does, it sparkles quite a lot. And yeah, I just love it. I love it a lot. So this is just my relaxing, and if I needed a sort of mindless project, this is definitely what I would pick up. and I'm really enjoying it. So that's day 6 blanket. So my entry for the square a day is a crochet project, and this is my Christmas blanket that I'm knitting, crocheting, not knitting it, I'm crocheting it. And last week I showed you that I'd nearly sewn on a strip. Well, I finished that strip, sewing on that as one of my squares this week, one of my days. So this has only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, where it should normally have 7. So these are the 2 colours I'm using now. So this is Hedgerow Yarns, and I think it was called Bouquet. I did some socks in this, and these are the missing socks, which I really want to find now, because you know we are getting some nicer weather and I am wearing my shorty socks. I need to find them. I might have a look for them later. But that was some of the yarn I used to make a pair of jelly rolls. So that's Bouquet by Hedgerow Yarns. And then this, do you remember me showing you that I got a mystery box from So Remy, and the diary in there was Giddy Yarns, and it's on a theme of houseplants, and I thought it's such a lovely Christmassy green, so I've put those 2 together, and I really love how they're looking together. So this is the beginning of my next strip. So I end up with 5 of the green and 5 of the variegated. At the moment I think I have 3 of each, and then I'm using this silver yarn to attach them together. I love this. It doesn't take me long to do a square in the morning. So the squares I'm doing, these are granny clusters, they're just plain grannies. I'm doing 5 rounds of them, and each time I finish a round I turn it round and do it the other way, so you get a very square square. And I love how they are squaring up in the project. So if I just show you quickly on that, they are so squares once you've got them bordered. I love how it's doing that. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I'm having a bit of a debate to myself about how I'm gonna finish it off, whether I need to go all the way around and just do a single crochet all the way around, because that's what this is, where you join them both together. So I'm wondering whether I just need to do that on the edge just to finish it off. It might be a case of wait and see on that one as to whether I decide to, whether I can be bothered, whether I have enough yarn, and whether I decide to do it. There we go. So that's my square a day, and I am so glad, although I missed the Cosy Memory blanket, I'm so glad I decided to do this, because A, it's a bit quicker in the morning, so it doesn't take me as long, which is good, but also it's getting done. It's one of my whips that have been sitting there outstanding for a little while that's actually getting done, and I love that. So I'm very likely to use that for something else next year. I was going to use it for the Battenberg blanket, but I may have a hand with the Battenberg blanket, which I'll tell you about when it arrives. So that might go into the rotation when I've finished either the Stitch in Time or the Habitations Row. I'm not going to finish the Habitations Row, I don't think. I was thinking I was going to use the full year in that, but actually looking at the size of it now, I think it would be massive if I did that, so I might not do that, because I'm only in February and it's already huge. So I don't quite know what I'm going to do with that yet. But the Stitch in Time has got a definite finish. It's going to be 4 blocks by 4 blocks, so it's going to be 16 blocks. And hopefully once that's finished I will put the Battenberg blanket into the rotation, is my theory. Right, so that's my square a day. So a lot of my happy mail is clubs this week, so I'm going to do the clubs first and then you can look back for the rest of it. So number 1 club is Woolly Goodness, which is her colours of the month club. So if you've not had your April colours of the month club, look away. I'm going to show you the little extra that came first. It's so pretty. And these are the colours. Are you ready? It looks so lovely in my blanket. So pretty. Okay, I was thinking that's not green, but actually it has got a green tinge to it in real life too. It's so pretty. Love them. Right, so you can look back if you'd looked away from that one. That's that one. And next club is Giddy Yarns. What are they called? Oh, I'm blanking. Marvellous Monthly Minis Club, that's it. That's also for April. So if you've not had yours yet, look away. Aren't they fab? I love these. Oh, looking forward to making this jumper. I should take a year off work and knit, so you can look back if you've been looking away. That is the Foxglove Wood Sock Club. And yeah, I'm not going to tell you anything about it because, again, just in case you've not had it, so look away. That's the little print that's come with it, which is so adorable. Love that. You also get some tea and the cutest little progress keeper and a lavender bag, and then this is the yarn, which is all what you wanted to see, wasn't it? Oh, isn't it lovely? Isn't it pretty? Oh, love this. I'm looking forward to making my EDTs in these. Oh, I just want to knit all the things. Right, you can look back. I'm going to put that one away. Now, the next thing is not a club, so you're safe. Let's have a... Right. So, my lovely friend Laura, who is the proud owner of Bumbling Yarns, had a go at dyeing some lighter colours this time round, and as we know, I do like a lighter colour, and these are the ones that she came up with. So this is Sweet Pea Bouquet, which I love this. I love the real shock of dark pink in this, but then also there's some much lighter pink as well. So that's a much lighter pink there. It's really, really pretty. So it's also got some kind of almost bluey colour in there too, and purples. It's really, really lovely. So that was that one, and then there was this one, which is Victoriana, and has got speckles of kind of green and blue in it. I mean, it looks really blue on the camera, but there's green as well. And we all know how I love a pale with a speckle. This is just really, really pretty. I think what I might do with this one is just actually undress it, because it's quite nice to see them undressed sometimes, isn't it? And I'm not going to do that with all of them because I'm useless at rescaling these things. But yeah, this is what it looks like. You see the speckles there. Oh, they're lovely. So yeah, it's really, really pretty. Really like this. Really like this. So I'm never going to get this back together again in a million years. Oh dear. Why do I do these things to myself? Right, stick you through there. Laura's going to have a heart attack when she sees what I've done with her skein, isn't she? I mean, I got taught how to twist skeins by the girls of, what's it called? Oh, I'm blanking. Hedgehog Yarns? Can't remember what they're called. Never mind. But they twist a lot of yarn. I will try and remember. Right, so lovely Laura also included a hand balm because she has crafter's balm too. And these are great for keeping in your project bag. And this is the lemon variety, which is one of my favourites. Right, so that's my happy mail, which I'm really pleased with. Obviously I bought the yarn, the bubbling yarn, because, you know, I couldn't resist. But yeah, the rest are all, well, obviously I bought my clubs too, but they're clubs, so apparently they don't count as stash. No, never mind. Talking of stash, I did quite a successful destash. I have got more left over, which I thought I might do is show you them on the podcast, but I'm not going to do that till the very end. So if you don't want to see that, you could just stop it at that point and go onto the vlog. No idea how much vlog footage I've got. Theoretically I should have quite a bit because I was out a lot, but I can't remember picking up the camera that often, so I don't know is the answer to that. So that's it for Happy Mail. So news from the knitting project. Okay, so this week I'm going to Norwich on Friday with Ian, so he can go aircraft spotting at Norwich Airport, and I'm going to call in on my lovely friend Laura very briefly to use her loo, and also to squish her yarn, because you know, so socially distance visit with Laura, which I'm really looking forward to, and I'm going to collect some yarn so I can do this sample for her, which I'm really looking forward to, but it does mean I'm going off project, so I don't know what variety I'll have on next week's podcast. I should still have socks. I probably won't have, well, I will have shawl, but it will be Laura's shawl. I theoretically shouldn't have the garment, but the chances of me not knitting on the ADT are pretty remote. I doubt I will have knit on the mitts. They'll probably be one thing that will fall off the radar next week. And Mystery Blanket Day is actually today, so I probably will do some of that today while I'm editing. And then it will be, and then the other thing that will probably fall off my radar is my blanket, although theoretically it's blanket day tomorrow and I'm not getting the yarn till later on tomorrow. So yeah, maybe I will be on project. I hope you're not too disappointed if I'm not. I mean, and occasionally it's nice for me not to be on project, because otherwise you get to see the same thing over and over and over again until I've finished it. There will be a week where there won't be a podcast, but that's towards the end of the month. It's not next week, is it? Let me just double check, and let me check, and so I can tell you exactly what the dates are. So today's the 6th and I'm recording. I'll record next week, which is the 13th. I will not be recording on the 20th, so there will not be a podcast on the 23rd. But theoretically there should be a special vlog coming out that following week. It won't come out on the 23rd. But it should come out between the 24th and the 30th, hopefully, and then I'll be back to recording as normal on the 27th. Yeah, so yeah, it will be the 20th. I am not recording because I am not here, but more about that to follow when I find out whether the person that I'm doing something with has actually announced it yet, because I'm not sure she has. Any personal stuff? I don't think so. Everything's okay at the moment, touch wood. I've gone back to face-to-face guides and brownies, and had a really great brownie meeting last Thursday. It was really good fun, really enjoyed it. And today's Thursday, so we've got it again tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. Girls are all okay, nothing dramatic going on with those at the moment, thank goodness. We're having a quiet period, which we need after all the incidents we've had recently. Oh dear. Yeah, so obviously it was Ian's birthday, so you should see some footage of Wales coming up, and Cardiff and St Athens. And then also we did Farnborough at the weekend as well, but I don't think there's an awful lot of video footage of that because... Oh yeah, there's a little bit of video footage of the dog. I definitely videoed her because we took Bella with us. Oh, and that's more exciting news. Last night, I actually took a brave pill yesterday and left the house. And Ian and I went to Homebase so that we can choose the paint to change the black room into the grey room. It's actually quite a pretty bluey grey. So we're decorating that at the weekend. That's another reason why I'm not going to be on project this week, because I'm not really going to have an awful lot of time at the weekend. But while we were there, Ian treated me to 2 hanging baskets. So we now have 2 hanging baskets out the front of the house, which hopefully you will see some footage of in the vlog, which is really exciting. I haven't had hanging baskets for a couple of years because last year, well, I didn't make them and you couldn't buy them. And the year before was a Met's year, which is when we go to France for 2 weeks. And when it's a Met year, I tend not to do them because otherwise the girls have not only got the animals to look after, they have to water flowers as well, and they're not particularly reliable for doing that. They're fine for looking after the animals, don't worry about them, they're brilliant with those. The flowers, not so much. So I tend not to have them. So although this year technically is a Met year, we are not going, so I thought, well, why not? We'll have some hanging baskets. And I've also bought some hardy fuchsias, which are sitting in my kitchen waiting to go in the garden, which again, hopefully this weekend I will get around to doing. I'm going to have a lot to do this weekend between decorating, our washing, because I haven't done that yet, and planting in the garden. So I might be down a little bit of content next week. Right, I think that's it from me this week. Congratulations to the winners. Please do message me either on Ravelry, on Instagram, or scr1tno@outlook.com if you'd like to email me. Yeah, so I hope you're all okay wherever you are. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Okay, so if you want to see the destash yarn, I'm going to run through it very quickly. So we've got Felt Fusion, which is a merino bamboo. We have got, I'm just going to pick these out of the bucket. We have got a Kingfisher Blue, which is a really bright purple, bluey purple. It's more purple than it's showing up in the camera. There is a Nora George Hermione's ball gown. There is a Barrow and Saw tulip. There is Je suis en vacances, which is scr1tno, again another purple. There is a Countess Ablaze, which I'm not going to say on camera because it's rude, and there might be little ones listening. This is a Siobhan Crafts Lightsabers. This is another Kingfisher Blue, which is Christmas tree, and it's got like little neps of colours on it, so it looks like Christmas lights. I actually quite like that one. That one may not make it back in the destash. This is another Nora George Highlands. This is a Weasley Christmas, which is Felt Fusion. I'm not sure if this is a self-striping. It may or may not be. And again, that's a merino bamboo. Another Nora George Mermaid. A Barrow and Saw Snow at Night. I've got so many of these purpley blue colours. You know, we were talking about dyers copying other dyers last week. I mean, these are bought different years, but they're very similar. Hence why I'm getting rid of some of these, because I've got so many. I mean, add another one in. This is Dusty Dimples. Blue Tango. I have so many very similar colours, and then this is Simple Gifts, which is another Barrow and Saw, which I actually quite like that one very in, so that one might not make it back either. Right, hold on a minute, I have another thingy. Head up. I've got a bit of a crinkling coming up now. I've got some mini sets. These are 20 gram minis. So this is a grab bag that will add up to 100 grams. So basically 100 grams of yarn is £15, and then if you've anything above that, it's got a little bit extra added on. Again, this is another grab bag of 100 grams. That is a merino cashmere nylon from Nora George, and that's a Sherry Iris, those two. There's probably enough for shorty socks in that bit. There's another grab bag. That is commercial sock yarn, I think, and that is a bit cheaper. If you look on my Instagram, it's on there. If you're interested and you're not on Instagram, if you drop me an email, then we can work it out. That again is a grab bag of 100 grams. That is not. Right, so now we've got Mulvial yarn, which is her Protea sock. I think that's a flower. Let's just move that out of the way. I think this is Bad Wolf Studio. There we are. No. This is a mystery yarn, but I thought was Bad Wolf Studios. This is Knit Global in her ocean colourway. We've got Woolly Adventures in Purple Twist. I mean about all the purple. So look at it, I really don't need this so much. This is Bad Wolf Girls Studios in Coraline, and it really is that bright. Another 100 grab bag. Those two are let's turn it down that way. Those two are Lay Family yarn. That's Whiskering Loft Johns. Another grab bag. This is Wild Rose yarn. I'm quite sure I'm destashing that one. Could that make it into the destash pile? This is another Woolly Adventure. Is that it? No, not quite. We've got a couple more. We have got Whiskering Loft Yarns. That hasn't got a colourway name. Again, it's another purple. And this is Sylvanian Tiger. If you like purple yarn, this is the destash for you. Right, what else have we got in here? Okay, well we have got this, which is Poisoned Apples, but that's, I've got to withdraw from the destash because my daughter now wants socks in it. She grabbed it out and went, no, don't sell that. Some more 100 grams. I honestly can't remember who they are by. Is that it? No, we've got one more 100 grams. There we go. So, if you're interested and you're not on Instagram, then please do email me, scr1tno@outlook.com. If you are on Instagram, then please comment on my destash account, scr1tno destash. Just comment sold below the picture and I will get in touch with you. So yeah, if you would like any of those, let me know. Whoops. Well, they just decided to undress themselves. In you go. Yeah, so that's the destash section. So if you stuck with me for the destash, thank you so much. And as I said, I will see you next week.